Good Wednesday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Wednesday, September 27th. We want to remind all of our users that this is the last week we'll be doing these fire season broadcasts. The last day will be Saturday, September 30th. However, you can keep touch with the weather because afterwards, starting this coming Monday, October 2nd, we'll have the smoke dispersion weather broadcast. A lot of the similar weather maps that you see here over the next 7 days, and a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, but also more things like ventilation index, dispersion parameters like transport winds, mixing heights for burn planning. That will start again this coming Monday, October 2nd, and that'll be done 3 days a week in the off season, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So another good way to keep tabs on the weather for any purposes you might have. We have no significant fire weather impacts today. We will be seeing widespread wetting rains today into Thursday into our southern areas through the Arizona Strip, southern and eastern Utah, and maybe getting up as north as Provo or Salt Lake City by late tonight or tomorrow. Definitely cloudy and cooler, getting warmer and drier gradually across our western areas. Over the past 24 hours, just a few scatterings of very light precipitation. Some of this did not even reach the ground. A bit of lightning in our far southeast areas. And looking at our Great Basin fire activity, a couple of new starts, just 1/10 of an acre, single tree type stuff in far northwestern Idaho. Otherwise, no significant fire activity. Precipitation over the past 7 days and past 30 days, you can see quite a bit. Some of the data here over Utah is missing, obviously, but we've had significant rainfall in a good portion of our area, and that's resulted in our ERCs diminishing down to basically minimal levels in the green in all areas. A bit of dryness here in our far western and northwestern areas, and a little bit down here in the southeast. This will quickly green up as the showers move in today into tonight. Some of this stuff up here will gradually dry out. The long nights make it unlikely for fire activity unless you have a period of very strong winds and dry weather, which does occasionally occur in short spurts during the fall season. Looking at satellite imagery with upper-level maps superimposed, we see low pressure now deepening across Arizona. The southerly flow ahead of this low is pulling up some moisture from the south, and that will push up into parts of southern and eastern Utah today, and into maybe central and even some northern areas by late tonight and tomorrow. Elsewhere, high pressure building in strongly with hot, dry weather across California, which will move into the western portion of the Great Basin over the next couple of days. So here's a look at this afternoon. There's that low pressure area that we were speaking of, pulling up moisture, which you see here in the green across the Arizona Strip in southeastern and south central Utah. No significant fire potential to speak of in just about all of our areas. Now for weather conditions, you see that precipitation today into this evening expected across our southern areas. The bulk of it, the heaviest, is just to our east, but some of our southeastern areas where ERCs are just a little bit higher will be quickly diminishing. Winds will be picking up a bit across western Utah and southern areas, maybe 15 to 25 miles per hour, but humidity should be fairly high. On Thursday, that moisture pushes it a little bit further north and west, maybe as far north and west as Salt Lake City, maybe as far west as the Nevada border. Still no significant fire potential concerns. Shower activity here, maybe a couple hundredths to 1/10 of an inch, but cloudy skies and high humidity continuing across portions of central and eastern Utah. Winds fairly light in most areas. Now on Friday, that moisture moves up into eastern Idaho and parts of western Wyoming. Otherwise, still kind of in between low pressure to our south and north and high pressure well off. So basically seasonable late September conditions. No significant fire potential under those circumstances. Moisture and light rain moves up into eastern Idaho, into western Wyoming. Winds fairly light, southwest 5 to 15 miles per hour. Precipitation over the next 7 days, basically across eastern Utah, maybe extending a bit further to the north and west. We'll see how that plays out, but just a couple of hundredths to maybe 1/10 to 1/4 inch. But local pockets, a little dot of blue here near Moab, could be locally over 1/2 an inch of rain, which will quickly quiet down any of those ERCs which have crept up over the past week or so. And then for Saturday, trough full of pressure, another one moves on in. We see moisture and some showers pushing into parts of eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, northern Utah. No significant concerns through here. There will be strong winds here. We see the tight height lines. Have to watch that a little bit in some of those drier areas of northwestern Nevada, but the wind flow is more northwesterly as opposed to west or southwest, which is the main downslope driving force up in the Sierra front. Same story again on Sunday, cool and moist north and eastern areas, a bit drier and breezy to the west. See some of the PSAs now drying out, turning into the yellow, and another storm system pushing into the Pacific Northwest. Lots of wet weather poised to move into parts of western Idaho, far northern Nevada. Winds will be increasing ahead of it. And then on Tuesday, this would be a pattern where across the Sierra front there could be enough dry air and a west-southwest flow that could cause some localized wind concerns right along the Sierra front due to downsloping, causing some briefly lower humidity levels with maybe winds gusting over 45 miles per hour. Elsewhere, increasing clouds ahead of the next strong storm system coming through the Pacific Northwest. Precipitation over the next 7 days, dry across Nevada, wettest across our eastern and northern areas. And then our 8 to 14 day outlook shows a cooler than normal signal throughout most of the geographic area, wetter than normal as well. We get to more of a storm track, so other than maybe far southern areas of Nevada and southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip, basically no significant fire concerns as we head from October 4th to the 10th. Concludes our briefing. Remember, we will be ending the fire season broadcast by the end of this week, but next week we start with the smoke dispersion forecast on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, excluding holidays. Thanks and have a great day.